Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. And we're in Christmas week. I literally cannot believe that we're so close to Christmas. Despite doing like the December journaling and everything and doing Christmas images and all that, like I just don't feel prepared or like it's that close. But anyway, here with another challenge. So, because we're so close to Christmas, you might not have time to do it, and that's perfectly okay. Like, don't ever feel pressured that you need to do it. But if you want to, and if you've got a spare 20-30 minutes, whatever, then I'd love to see what you make. So let's do our card pull for our prompts. So let's go right at the bottom, I think. Banner. Ooh, I like when we pull something we haven't done before. That's a bit of fun. And you can interpret banner in however you wish. You know, it could be like the sort of flag type banner. It could be a string of paper banner type thing, paper flags. I don't know. They're all just called banners, aren't they? So yeah, whatever speaks to you is, however, feel free to do that. Okay, let's go this one because it was kind of hiding. Junkie recycled. Ooh, it's starting to sort of spark some things in my brain. Okay, and our final little bit of the prompt. Let's go this one here. Glitter. Ooh, that's an interesting combination, isn't it? Junkie and recycled with glitter. Not two you would automatically put together, perhaps. But, you know, that's part of the fun, part of the challenge. So, right, pop you on hold. Where did that come from? Pop you on hold while I grab together what I need and be right back. Okay, I am back with what I think I need to complete this challenge. So just to refresh myself, because it's been a few minutes while I've been grabbing things, making a banner using junkie or recycled items and incorporating glitter. So that's the 3 prompts. I'll pop those aside. So I've grabbed, I won't show you the front of this because it's got my mum's address on it, but this is a plasticky sort of, I want to call it paper, but yeah, I don't know. It's very, very plasticky. It's what the vehicle registration comes on in the mail, and this is the tear-off piece, and you just normally throw that out. It's very tough, very robust, so I thought I'd use that. I've also got a grocery receipt here. I thought maybe I can use that, and these are just bases. And then from Secret Santa on Friday, I managed to salvage some of the wrapping paper. Now it's really crumpled and torn because people were just ripping them open and then screwing everything up into a ball. And I grabbed out some of the scrappier bits. Some I managed to get not too bad because the people closest to me knew I wanted it, so they were handing it to me, but the people further away were just like trashing it completely. But I still rescued some. So I thought I'm going to make my little banner, and I want to make a string banner of the little triangles. It's not what I thought originally that I would do for this prompt, but the idea really appeals. So what I'm going to do first is just lay down some sections of this wrapping paper onto my backing here. I don't want to make it too big because I want little triangles, so I'm just getting rid of some of this excess that is not as interesting. And it's all torn, but once it's glued down onto the backing, and hopefully the glue works okay on this sort of plasticky surface, we shall see. Got to try it, and I can always, if it decides to keep lifting, I'll go in with some tacky glue because I know that will work. So I'm basically almost going to collage this, but not completely. I'm not worried about covering the whole thing. Just want sections that I can cut out to make little triangles out of. And I wanted to make them fairly small so that they'll fit across my page and still give me a good variety of colour and different pieces of wrapping paper. So that's what my plan is, and I've got some baker's twine that I found in my stash that came from a second-hand shop, so that sort of hits the junky recycled prompt as well. Okay, that little birdie's not going to fit on there, so let's just trim it off and then perhaps pop it in that side there. So it's really wonderful to have all this wrapping paper, even if it is damaged, because it's wrapping paper I don't have. It's fun, different colours. So yeah, I stopped collecting wrapping paper. I used to collect it at the family Christmases, and then I stopped thinking, oh, I'm not using it, and so I just stopped. And then lately, when I've been looking for wrapping paper, all I've found is new rolls, and it's like, oh, I found a few bits that were still around, but so I need to start collecting wrapping paper again. So you bet I will be collecting it up on Christmas Day this year when the family's opening their presents. I'll be rescuing it, and then I can keep the best bits out of it, the bits that aren't too damaged, and discard what I don't need. Get the best of both worlds. So are you a wrapping paper collector? I really wish I hadn't stopped, although if I hadn't have, then I'd just be overrun with paper. Now that I'm coming back into a season of an actual really good need for it, and I am using what I do have, then it sort of encourages me to start collecting again, which is fun because I love all the different colours and patterns and things that, you know, you wouldn't go out and buy all those different rolls of paper. Just going to give that a little flat edge so I can line it up. So looking forward to seeing what everybody else does for this prompt too, and what type of banner you might want to do. So this is just one type of banner. If we get time, maybe I'll go ahead and do another type. We'll see. The type that I thought I would do. Put another bit of this one. This cute little elf ones on this paper. So I've just got a bit of Santa's sleigh here, so let's see if we can pop that in. Oops, I've obviously got glue everywhere because my hands are sticking to it every time I go near this. It's sticking to my fingers. So it's probably going to get my scissors all goopy when I'm trying to cut this out. No, let's go down there. Right, do we want a bit in here? I guess I'm kind of doing the whole thing, aren't I? After I said I wasn't going to. But I don't know which parts I'm going to cut for triangles, so let's just give me lots of options. We may not need the receipt as well, but at least I've got it there if needed. And a bit here. What do I want there? Maybe this wee tree. Maybe we'll get rid of that star because I don't think it will fit. I'll just pop you there. So I've got gaps, that's okay, we'll just cut around them. And if I end up with white patches on a triangle, well, we can just cover it with a little scrap of something at that point. Yeah, really nice and sticky. Glue everywhere. Obviously this glue page is too sticky, so we'll get rid of that. And I'm not going to wait for the glue to dry. I'm going to go ahead and cut little triangles. Now, do I want a template? I did not think of a template. I don't know if I've got anything to hand I can make a template from. Okay, I'm just going to wing it, and then, oops, got some wrinkles, and then I can use the first one as a template. How about that? So let's go in here. And make a little triangle. And they don't have to be all the same. Like, you don't need to make a template. In fact, I'm thinking maybe I will just freehand cut and they will be what they will be. Kind of want to be able to get in the middle here, so I can get things like the bear's face in one triangle. A little polar bear. I don't think it matters, does it? Kind of lends itself to being junky per se. Right, I'm going to cut out that blank bit there. Don't really want that. It's a bit boring. There's nothing much going on there. And then we can try and get the reindeer face. Oh, get a portion of his face. Sorry, Rudolph. You're kind of in there. Sacrifice part of your nose. Can't really tell it's a reindeer. That's okay. And then get this little birdie. And keep trimming. I'm trying to get the V. Not as easy as I thought, actually. Oh no, that's still not. Yeah, that's better. I can live with that now. Where are all my pieces I've just cut off? Yep, probably won't make anything with that, but let's get a bit of this candy cane, or get the candy cane. That's quite a bit bigger than the others. That's okay, let's do another bigger one so it doesn't look so out of place once we put them together. Maybe we'll get something that says sleigh. Here we go, that's a slightly bigger one. And I'm not worried about how many I get, because if I get too many to fit on my page, I'll just cut it in half and put it over 2 pages, or however many pages. So I'm not at all worried about that. Okay, let's get a bit of this tartan. That's the saddle blanket for the reindeer, because I think that's quite cute. Nice Christmassy colours. That. And maybe a bit of this tree here. which way am I cutting? This way. So this would fit into a Trishcraft Tuesday video too, wouldn't it? Right, I think that's enough. Let's take a wee sip of my coffee. And put this paper aside and receipt because we won't need it. And so I can make some more triangles. So this is the baker's twine that came out of from a junk shop. So now I'm going to string them all together. So I'm just going to turn them over because I think the easiest thing would be to put the string on the back. And I'm just going to kind of play with the order a little bit just so I don't have like the two bits with red side by side. Something like this, and then there'll be a bit of a reveal when I turn it over and see, because I'm not entirely sure how it's going to look, because I can't remember what piece goes where, because I was only concentrating on the one right next to it. Right, my hands are sticky, so they just want to keep sticking to my fingers. Right, so I'm going to take my tacky glue. I am recording, aren't I? Yes, that's good. And we need to remember to put glitter on these as well, as part of the prompt. Right, and I'm just going to pop some tacky glue along the top of each triangle. Now I've never actually made one of these, so I'm kind of just making it up as I go along, but it can't be that complicated, can it? So there we go, bit of glue on each of those, and now I'm going to lay my string. How much do I want at the end? I'm going to leave a little bit at the ends just in case I want to do some, let it drape or do something nice. Right, so just making sure it gets in that glue. And you could leave more or less space between them, just depending how you want to do it. Oops. The idea is not to stick it to your fingers. Come on, don't test my patience, please. I haven't got time. I haven't got time for that nonsense. I think because my fingers are sticky, it's just complicating things. Right, now I need to leave that to dry. Otherwise, I'm going to have issues and it will fall apart on me and be no fun. So, oops, it doesn't even want to drag. Oh dear, I'm making a mess, guys. Making a mess. Come on. Right, let's get you sorted first. And then get you back on there. I suspect some of these are going to need more glue because it's kind of compromised now. Oh dear, guys, it's not going well. Not going well at all. Okay, let's go in with some more glue. Like, I just put way too much glue on there, but I'm really wanting it to stick. Right, I daren't touch it. She says as she fiddles. Okay, don't touch. Right, well, I wanted to make another banner, so because I'm scared now to try and move that, I am going to move my whole mat because I won't be able to put the glitter on until that glue dries. Right, so I've just got my blue here. Hopefully that doesn't throw out the focus for you. Now I didn't actually grab out anything to make another banner with. So perhaps we'll make it on this receipt and use that as a backing just to make it a bit sturdier is the only reason I'm using that. And let's see if we can find a section of this that might be quite nice to use. It's all a bit damaged, very, very damaged, but it's got lovely colours. So, tell you what, it's lovely colours, but it's not particularly inspiring me. So let's look at one of the other pieces. We've got this one with the reindeer, or a tree. This little bit with the elf, that's cute, but they're kind of the wrong way. Unless I did a vertical banner. That's an idea. I hadn't thought of a vertical banner. And then this polar bear. Well, how about this tree? This tree could be fun. It's quite a simple tree. But I'm just looking at the width might be okay for making a banner out of. So I'm going to glue that down onto the receipt and I'll just switch that over. I've still got this cold, horrible cold thing, so I'm definitely better than what I was, but I am still coughing every now and then and having to blow my nose, you know, all that sort of yucky stuff. And it's just like, you know, we're in Christmas week, go away. You've had a good week and a bit. It's time for you to go. So hopefully it's all gone by Christmas Day, because that wouldn't be much fun, hacking my way through Christmas Day. Right, so I've glued it down. I'm just going to trim it into a rectangle. And you can make these whatever size you like. Okay, throw those bits away. Give it a straight top, straightish. And then at the bottom, just cutting it into a V. So first thing I like to do, if I remember to do it this way, is about the center, as close to the center as you can judge. Measure it if you want, but I don't. Cut straight up to a certain point and then in from each edge to that point of that cut. And that gives you your bottom of a banner, like so. And that's a quick and easy way to make a banner to go on a page. And you can use that to then make an altered paper clip if you want. You can just layer it up. You could put it on some book page or something and make a cluster with the banner on top, or you could just simply glue it down to the page, or you could have it on cardstock and make it into a little up tuck. So lots of ways you can use them. And I'm just going to bring my mat back here, and it's drying, but where I put that extra glue on, it's not all dry. So I'm just going to dab off a little of that excess glue, and hopefully I don't end up making a big, is that? Oh yeah, it's quite damp. My husband used a wet wipe to clean his glasses and then put it in my container, and I thought I grabbed out the older one, which I thought would be dry. Well, I did grab the older one, but it's still damp, so I just had to check that I grabbed the right one, and I did. It's just not as dry as I expected. Right. Yeah, glued a little bit to the mat. Right, so safe now I think to move that while I pop some glue here. It's glue, some glitter. Now I do have tubs of glitter and everything, but I just grabbed out this glitter paint that I picked up recently. I'm finding it very, very useful, and rather than paint, it's actually more like a clear gel with glitter in it. So you'll be familiar with this if you've been watching my channel. I've mentioned it a few times now, and I was using a brush, but I've decided just as easy to smear it with my finger. And it's just got that gives a oops, that's a bit much, shiny surface, because when the gel dries it does leave a shine behind. And then it's got this bluey green glitter, and this one's called Crystal, I think. Yes, Crystal. Right, so that will need some time to dry. So I don't know if you can see the glitter. So it won't be quite as shiny as what it is now because it's wet, but I hope you can see that glitter in there. And I could also add glitter on top of that as well if I wanted, while the paint, because it's called glitter paint. I wouldn't call it a paint myself, but that's what they call it. Right, now I'm going to just grab a new page here, because I think I'll end up with problems if I don't. I'm going to lay this here, my little banner of flags, and just rub some on these as well. So I won't be able to show you them finished on the page in this video, because, oops, it's very runny, this stuff, because these will need time to dry. But you can kind of get the idea from them sitting here on this book. And I think they'll make a lovely little addition to my Christmas journaling. Nothing like getting your fingers in there, is there? Do a little bit of finger painting, basically. Right, close that before I end up with it spilled everywhere. Oh, that looks so cute. See, I've missed a little bit there. Right, there we go. Wipe my finger off. I think when that dries, that's going to be very, very cute. So if you can see the glitter there, I'm not sure if you can or not, but it's definitely visible in real life. So there we go. There are my two different types of banners. So this one's curled up quite a bit because it's only on the receipt paper, but once it's dry I can flatten it out, and once it's glued down it'll be fine. And here again are the prompts that I was working to, and which, if you want to do this, that you work to as well. So making a banner of some description, however you want to make a banner, whatever a banner is to you, using glitter and junky or recycled items. So there we go. I hope you have fun with this, hope you play along, and I'd love to see what you make. Take care everybody, see you in the next video. Bye.